Hey Miranda, I'm Matt.
Hi, nice to
I'm
meet
going to be your
you.
liaison for your trip to India that you're going on. So I have your packet right here, basic information. It's a lot of information based on some history, some travel, some things to be aware of, some things to look for. It also has your contact information for once you get there, so you'll have somebody on that side also. But you're more than welcome to contact me at any time. Do you have any questions, or what's the first kind of concern that pops up?
I guess my first concerns would be what I need to do before I take my first steps to moving to India.
Okay, so pre-departure, a lot of the things that we let people know is that we need to make sure you work on your passport. You've got your passport and everything's all taken care of way before you have to before you'll be headed out. Your passport, shots. We've got a paper in here that talks about what you need to get and kind of have ready before you go. Things that you want to move with. If you intend on, how much household needs you want to move over there. Or remember, because you're only here for about a year, correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
So any of your packing stuff that you want to put in storage, if you have a vehicle or a pet or anything like that, all these are all kinds of things. It's not so obvious, but it's just one of those things that people don't really think about because you're just all so excited about, hey, I'm traveling. So it kind of slips through the cracks. But
So the main language that they speak there is Hindi, I know this. So are there classes I need to take to develop my skills on speaking?
right, there are all kinds of online classes you can take. We have some. We actually have for this country. We have a person that you can contact for whatever. Basically a list available to you once you get overseas and get settled in. And then if you have questions, in the beginning, you'll be paired up with a linguist and she'll be able to go with you, kind of help you break the ice with a lot of people, give you some like MP3 files to where you have to study it on your own and that kind of thing. So that should be able to help you with that. It hasn't been, there's nothing that you can do on your own if you wanted to that is fun. You go to all kinds of different websites and look at Google Translate, carry your phone over there, you can translate, you put it on there to kind of help you kind of get out of the gym and that kind of thing.
So continuing with stuff that I need to know before I leave, their main religion is Hindu, and here in America it's more common Christianity, but I'm very open-minded with that. So can you give me a little insight of some of the things that they may not like or they may like, preferably?
So as far as that, I know that they have like a lot of the ways that's going over as far as going overseas. You're going to be held to different standards that you're probably not used to over here. It may feel as if you're being discriminated against or you're just uncomfortable with the way they are. You just have to understand that going over there, that those are there. They deal with it
Differently than here.
Not to say that don't not cow down or bow down to what it is. If you don't feel comfortable, by all means, speak up, let them know. It's a lot easier to put that stuff out up front than to worry about something happening after the fact. So if you ever get into that situation where you're uncomfortable, by all means, say, basically call time out, say, hey, look, hold on, and then you can either contact me or your lady out there, and we'll help get things worked out. The company that you're going over to work with, they've done this before, so you're not the guinea pig to say.
Okay,
so
good.
You're not the first one to have been over there, so you shouldn't have any issues like that. And your contact person, once you get over there, will be is well aware of what's going on, has done this before, knows the places to go in town, places to stay away from, and all that kind of good stuff.
So since I will be going over there, it's wintertime right now. Here, what's the weather going to be like there?
Well, over in India, it's a lot more humidity, so you won't have the extreme drastic changes that we have over here, especially in Texas right now, where it's December and it's 71 degrees out. Over there, it's going to be a little bit more constant. So lightweight clothes, layers, light colors, you know, the fabrics and that kind of stuff will help you move on through there. To handle that. I wouldn't worry so much about any kind of foreign meetings. As far as that, I wouldn't worry about heels or anything like that. Comfortable shoes all the time. Because they're a lot of the places, if you go out and you go out to the population, the ground snow is even. You're walking on like hard packed dirt and all that kind of stuff.
So anything comfortable?
Yeah, pretty much anything comfortable. It's not really a dress code, but it's that more comfortable / professional kind of deal. You know. There's a reason why you got picked for this, so I mean, we're not. I'm not worried about you going out and trying to find some kind of three-piece suit kind of thing or anything like that.
So the job environment over there, it'll obviously be different than ours. How different will it be?
Their focus is much more structured than ours, whereas we have a more informal when you're dealing with working there, a more hierarchy kind of feel for everything, whereas you don't just have, a lot of times we have open door policies, right? Not so much. So when you go over there, there's going to be a structure or chain of command that you're going to have to work with.
So I also know that they work more hours a week than we do here, so I'm obviously going to have to adjust to that as well. So can you tell me a little bit about their history?
Well, they've got a very long history, as you can see. We have, they started out with their timeline, as you can see here. Their timeline comes up with all kinds of, back in 1858, came under direct rule of the British Empire. So they've got that Western feel to them, but they're not just totally Westernized. You know what I'm saying? So it works. It's kind of a nice mixture between history, we get to that Western feel that goes along with everything. Now they have been known for, I guess just to get it out of the way, they have been known for scar conversion, doing things to women's bodies and that kind of stuff, which is, regardless of who you are, as far as just a morally right-minded operational person, it just feels wrong. It is wrong, but they have that history. So if they grow up with that kind of thing, it's like they don't know that it's wrong or wrong to you. It may not be wrong to them. It may not even be illegal in their country, but it's wrong that way. They do have a propensity for violence out there as far as their protests and stuff like that. So I would obviously stay away from anything that you see on the news. Check the news slow first. I'm not saying be paranoid or
be very aware.
Yeah, or vilified or anything like that, but be aware of what's going on. The local history, the newspapers, Yahoo News, or any of that kind of stuff. And again, your liaison, once you get there, will be able to steer you away from what's going on and have his ear pretty close to the ground to say, hey, there's a good chance there's going to be a demonstration over here. Let's go have lunch over here, or stay away from this part. Another thing to be aware of would be their natural disasters. There for a year, you look at all the seasons. Beware of the rainy seasons. Beware of flooding, potential, all that kind of good stuff. They've had a few earthquakes. They've had several people die from natural disasters kind of thing. So if there's ever a reason where we need to evacuate quickly, we'll have a contact at the consulate. We'll come up, get to the nearest airport, any kind of emergency like that. That's going to be where you're first going to go. You hit that consulate and you just keep on going. You have your passport. They already know that you'll be there. So again, we have never had that worry, but that's always the contingency.
It's always a risk. So since I will be there for a year, what do I need to do to prepare to come back to America, to adjust, to readjust?
It's kind of a love-hate relationship because you get really excited about going, and then when you get there, don't be surprised if you feel kind of homesick, like, why did I come here and that kind of thing. Well, it's going to be kind of the same way when you get back or when you're coming back. You've just experienced a whole year in a new country. There's going to be things that you liked about it, things that you didn't like about it. And you're going to have great memories, good memories, and probably not so great memories on, for whatever. Simply because that's the way the scale works. It could be a great memory, but it's not as good as the other ones. Not to say you're going to have bad experiences, because everybody so far has loved this assignment. So, when you get ready to come back home, you'll kind of have the same kind of deal about 45 days before you're ready to redeploy back to the States. We'll want to make sure that we'll track how long you've been out of the country, because there's tax implications that go along with that. Your days when I'm gone. If you stay out of the country for 330 out of 365 days, you get a much bigger tax break for foreign earned income. Your vacation time is used for you, how to do how you want to with it. If you have family who want to come back, or if you have family that you want to go travel somewhere else, whether you want to show them around India, kind of where you're at, or if you want to go travel somewhere else, it's a great time to go do those kinds of things. But we'll have a reintegration process. We'll make sure that all your belongings are taken care of, kind of that you get into the mindset of, okay, I'm fixing to leave. Kind of tie up any loose ends back here in India, and then we'll redeploy you back home. You'll kind of go through the same thing. What I have found with friends and family is that they all want to hear about, how'd everything go, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm sure, if you being on Facebook and all that kind of good stuff, you will have posts and stuff. So they'll kind of live it a little bit with you. But some of the pitfalls of coming back home was that they know that you were gone. And more times than not, they want to hear the little bits of it. They're not going to be wanting to deal with the whole, 2 hours of how you walked down from here to here and went up and did this. So just tidbits, and that just kind of helps smooth things over. Talk about, I went here and I did this, I went here and did that. And that's great. Okay, you told me that 17 times already. You know what I mean? Just some things to think about there. Food. The whole gastric thing when you come back. You may have hit it a little bit, the spices and all that kind of, you're trying all the new food and everything like that. American food, when you get back to the States, is going to taste so much different.
Oh, goodness.
So if you started liking all the food over there, you can come back here, because a lot of their food and everything's more
organic than it is
that kind of
here.
stuff. Come back to the States, and you'll be like, what is this crap I'm eating right now? So just be aware of that. If there's spices and stuff that you want to send home, I would probably do that beforehand. Make sure they can clear customs and all that kind of good stuff. But try not to bring that stuff with you, so that when you go through customs, it's a nice, clear, easy sail. You run on through, and you'll get searched for this, that, or the other thing, or they don't find this bag, and they're not just sitting in there. Do you have any other questions?
I do not. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
integrating me into this process.
Absolutely. Well, I hope everything works out for you. All the contact information's in there. If there's nothing else, I'll see you later.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good trip.
You too. Me too.